6 play, and he said that he'll be switching up the lineup quite a bit for tonight, and he has done so. Usually the formation that they've been rolling off of really all season long has been like a 4-3-3. Tonight, going with a 4-4-2, so only 2 forwards this evening. Tunde Akinlasotu and Nate Hall lining up top, your midfielders. The new man making his way here to Baltimore, Peroz Bahar playing mid, Tyler Gabara, Jade Macias, and Lucas Mendez. The defensive end, Colin Wyant, Chris DiMartino, Kel Thorne, and Aramuse Momo. So Momo will drop to the center back along with Kel Thorne. Chris DiMartino stays on that right side. Colin Wyant had a little bit of difficulties on that left back against Charlottesville. One of their players just, I would think it was Kyle, just kept making his way past Colin Wyant there on that left back and had a difficult time. So he's looking for a bounce back game, and so are the rest of the side. FC Baltimore. Virginia Beach City FC are the opponents, wearing the blue. FC Baltimore in the home whites. We are underway, 3rd ever home game for FC Baltimore. Should be the 4th, however, one was canceled about a week and a half ago against Legacy 76. They were going to be coming to town, but the weather did not look good. Rain was in the forecast. Wasn't a promising night for some soccer, so it was postponed. Will be pushed to a little bit later this month. Just like that, it's a quick throw in for Virginia Beach. And they will be lining up in a 4-3-3. Goalie Christian Colson, who allowed 5 goals to FC Baltimore over at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. That was earlier in May. Virginia Beach losing to FC Baltimore 5-2, their first regular season loss in nearly 2 years. FC Baltimore were able to give it to them, and they played exceptionally well, including Tyler Gabara scoring the first ever goal for FC Baltimore. The defense for Virginia Beach, Fernando Lisboa, Sebastian Reffi, Elton Skinner, and Alvaro Tina. Your 4 backs in midfield, Augusto Camara, Prince Adornige, and Jordy Davis. And up top, Ty Stallings, Dennis Rule, and Amir Shihada. Goes out for a goal kick in the 2nd minute. No goals yet, no attempts. Right now, both teams trying to just get some sort of possession. There's Sebastian Reffi now. Started off the season well on the goal sheet, and he has 2 on the year. And he played more of a forward position. Coach Hinkie for Virginia Beach has now dropped him to a defensive role. That's where he's been, really. And we kind of saw that switch against FC Baltimore. FC Baltimore had gone up, and Reffi made his way down and played more of that defensive role. And I guess that's perhaps where he's been ever since. So he can score, he can push forward. He's like a Jake Dengler, who is not in the squad this evening. So always somebody to be aware of. Down goes Nate Hall. The official says free kick. So FC Baltimore losing 3-0 last night to Northern Virginia United FC. Needing a bounce back. Coach Caranta adjusting the lineup, both with players, both with the formation. You know he's looking for some sort of spark. 4 minutes in. Back with Thorne. Forward to Akinlasotu. He started last night. Maybe one of the few players who at least had a few openings, had a few opportunities. Hey, there's the new guy right there. Bahar winning it back for FC Baltimore. Macias cruising down the middle. Blocked away. Still in possession for FC Baltimore. Chris DiMartino. Yeah, Tunde Akinlasotu, he had a few times where he was open. In fact, there was one play, I believe it was in the second half. He had some space in front of him but couldn't handle it. And Northern Virginia were able to capitalize off of it. But right now it's been Virginia Beach who have made some of the runs. Speaking of which, there's Sebastian Reffi, one of the defenders making his way forward, leaves. Quantrell Jones with his first start of the season for FC Baltimore as well. It's been Ben Sauer all year long, besides a couple of matches where Sauer left at halftime to allow Quantrell Jones to get some playing time. Akinlasotu can run onto this. He does. Now it's just a matter of turning it around. Pressured hard by Virginia Beach. Back to the middle. Coach Caranta saying he wants some players to, well, prove that they belong and really show that they have heart and desire to win. So some of these players similar from last night, but some very different. Nate Hall, one of those players there at the right forward. When he came in last night, he seemed like he was determined to at least generate something, but didn't really have much help from his fellow teammates. Almost a serious mistake there by Aramuse Momo. Still a throw-in for FC Baltimore. I'm Christian Taylor. Thank you for joining us. 0-0 is our score. FC Baltimore and Virginia Beach City. Battle of the Mid-Atlantic Conference. And as Virginia Beach had said, perhaps a little bit of a revenge game. Trevor Knight said that. Here's Reffi with a cross inside. Good job by Colin Wyant to get the first header. So it stays out for the moment. Tyler Gabara keeping it on, as well as Nate Hall keeping it in. And here's Lucas Mendez playing a midfield role as he has dropped in previous games. Chance for Akinlasotu. He has some space here. Oh, it's off the post. Macias has a chance, nothing doing, and the keeper's there. Well, that's a good opportunity. That's a good sign. Good build-up play. Akinlasotu is looking for his first of the year. What is it with this stadium and hitting the post, too? I feel like it's happened quite a bit. Nate Hall certainly did it in the home opener. But a good look and a great pass by Lucas Mendez. Maybe midfield could be the position for him. That is, of course, it all depends on how the rest of this match goes. But just whenever he seemed to play forward, that's a great pass. Now Virginia Beach have a chance to answer with what Baltimore were able to do. Quantrell Jones, important save, goes out of play for a corner. So crowd size, not too bad. Obviously will not match the home opener. Over 2,000 people showing up here. But this team has done enough to certainly bring a good handful of those fans back. Here it comes. Still not loose. Now it's kicked away. Here's Akinlasotu trying to get back onto it. Now back with Virginia Beach. That was Kamara. Back with Reffi. Reffi to the right side, attending it for Shiata. And looks like it goes out for a goal kick. It was really close there with that corner flag. So still scoreless, 9th minute. FC Baltimore looking for a big bounce back. Didn't score in the first game. Home against DC United U23. Even though they generated most of the chances. Here's Gabara. Now to Macias. He needs a big game. Macias at the edge of the penalty box. Still trying to keep it alive. Loses it. Good step over there by Dorniger. He does have a goal this year. Now to the right-hand side, still with the Dornager. Looks forward, nobody there. And Colin Wyant gives it away. Now the size is trying to retain possession. Nate Hall will make sure that that doesn't happen for Virginia Beach. Able to split defenders here. Looks for Akin Lesotho again. Over to Mendez. Let's see if he can save this. Well, he can. Oh, somehow stays along the touchline here. Slow cross. He has another chance at it. Popped up. Nobody else on the other end there. So mostly on the strong side. Nobody on the opposite side there for FC Baltimore. So they'll have to retreat. See what Virginia Beach can do. Virginia Beach leading the Mid-Atlantic Conference with 7 points. It's been a while since they've played a conference matchup. Their last one was the 1st of June against Charlottesville. Won 2-0. Since playing FC Baltimore, obviously had that one on the 1st of June against Charlottesville. 27th of May, they had a 1-1 draw against FC Frederick. So Frederick have been sitting there really middle of the pack, 4th place with, or excuse me, 3rd place with those 4 points. Haven't done much since. Then obviously the 5-2 loss at home against FC Baltimore. But most recently for Virginia Beach, playing DC United U23, drew them 1-1. DC United tied it up late. And by late, I mean 90 plus minutes. '11th minutes, throwing for FC Baltimore. One good chance with Akin Lesotho hitting the post. Here's Gabara. He's determined to stay in the starting lineup. Given away. There's Refi, who's a defender, who's now playing more of a midfield role. Down goes Kamara. Penalty kick, or excuse me, a free kick from a dangerous position. Now, I would argue they probably wouldn't go for goal. Jake Dengler might. But probably argue that tries to curl one in, hoping to get somebody's head on it. It's Sebastian Refi here. That's very low. And good job by Chris DiMartino. Now it's all about keeping it. Quattro Jones has this tracked. Quattro Jones coming in a little bit later this season. Wasn't here for the first few matches. Still had some playoffs with IMG Academy. Throwing for Virginia Beach there. But Coach Caranta likes having Quantrell Jones around. Likes having that double tandem there with Sauer and Jones. And remember, Sauer wasn't even on the original roster. After the first tryout, he came in a little bit later, wanted a spot on the team, and you know, he made it. He made the cut. And Coach Caranta liked what Ben Sauer had. And we've certainly seen some good stuff from him this year. Only allowed 2, though, in that 8-5 win against Atlantic City. That was a nice job by Nate Hall to win it back. Take it slowly with his teammate Momo. Momo can play all over. Now, the intention there for that pass to Gabara wasn't bad. Shihada just came in. And now here we go. Denise Rule, who plays center forward, drops over, back with Refi. Intended for perhaps Kamara. We'll get it back to Quantrell Jones. Very nice play to get it through the buttoned up Virginia Beach players. 14th minute, no goals. FC Baltimore, Virginia Beach City FC. One free kick for Virginia Beach. A good chance for Baltimore by this man right here, Akin Lesotho. And Mendez went a little behind him, and I think he actually touched that to push it forward. Well, there's Bahar. He's playing relatively well here. He showed some effort last night at Northern Virginia. You know, he came on a little bit later, so he didn't have that starting look. Hasn't had a full match underneath him yet. But he's looked pretty strong early on. Looks like a nice scrappy player that FC Baltimore would like. And here's a chance for Virginia Beach. Quantrell Jones is there. Unfortunately for FC Baltimore, there was nobody else in the area. Quantrell Jones has those good hands, so good for him to just bring it in instead of trying to bounce it away. Just all about that build-up play. FC Baltimore had done it poorly last night. They did it well against Atlantic City here at home. It was the chances that they were trying to muster up too. Down the right side. You see Shiata, he just stood off of it, felt he was fouled, and he gave up on it for Virginia Beach. Jade Macias from New Zealand looks forward to Nate Hall. Referee asking for offsides. He's not. See what Hall can do here. Nice move to get to the right side. Now it's about a cross. It's low. Intended target, Akin Lesotho. Virginia Beach come away with it. There's Bahar back into the action. Now here's Lucas Mendez. Mendez is good from that midfield position. He's looked very strong. He goes to ground. Akin Lesotho wanted to continue on, and Mendez still staying on the pitch. And the official finally blows the whistle. We'll see how soon Mendez gets up here, if we'll have to get trainers to him. Lucas Mendez playing the DC United Academy for his youth career. Played with Washington Lee Generals, New York Cosmos B last year, who by the way are the best team in the NPSL this year. Gatorade Player of the Year in 2016, and also played some college at Virginia with the Cavaliers. So Lucas Mendez has certainly had a lot of experience, especially when driving down to the beach. Bus made a stop, about an hour and a half, 2 hours down. He mentioned how he knew the area. So Lucas Mendez, he loves the city too of Baltimore. Was very open and welcoming with it. And with the squad, really, once things started up. Should leave for a goal kick, it does. So obviously you can see pictures on Instagram of him holding up the FC Baltimore scarf. Surrounded by food trucks as are here again tonight. I think I saw some pizza and ice cream tonight. Always a nice variety. It's never been the same for our 3 home matches here. Forward again for Virginia Beach. Have another chance here. That's Ty Stallings. He scored against Baltimore there in Virginia Beach. Trevor Knight was the other. And Trevor Knight is nowhere to be seen. Trevor Knight was really the leader of this team, and just haven't seen him recently. He led the team in goals. Maybe nursing an injury. But he was really the vocal player in saying, hey, we would like a little bit of revenge against FC Baltimore after that 5-2 loss. There's a chance. Oh, Quantrell Jones, he got a touch on it. Leaves for a corner. Boy, that looked, that didn't look as menacing to be. But a good chance now for Virginia Beach, we know what they can do on these. I believe it was Trevor Knight who scored off of a corner as the first goal of the game against FC Baltimore, and it was around this time too. It's the 19th minute right now. I think it's more like a 17th. Finally able to just head it out. Nate Hall had nobody else to help him out there. Still able to keep it. Player going down there for Virginia Beach was Kamara. Now Lucas Mendez on the left side, who went down and had the official blow the whistle for him to stop play. He's back and he looks as good as new. Bahar, Gabara, back with Mendez. Now with Elton Skinner. Jaden Macias wanting to run to it, can't quite get to it. Macias picking up a yellow card in his last 2 matches. Obviously here for FC Baltimore, he's been good. Picked up one late against Charlottesville Alliance on Sunday and picked one up early against Northern Virginia. So had a rough 90 minutes or so, maybe even less than that actually, probably more like 30 minutes. '21st minute, scoreless. I'm Christian Taylor. Seeing if FC Baltimore can respond after being shut out in their last 2 matches, and they give the ball away. Shihada. It's all up to Quantrell Jones. He delivers. Look at this ball forward. Unfortunately for Nate Hall, the size wasn't helping him out there. Hey, we short people though, we work hard. And he's probably, him and Mendez, they're the shortest players on this pitch and they work the hardest. Mistimed there. Now to Nate Hall. Akin Lesotho needs to make sure he stays on it. That may be his weakness. He can get to it, but it's just a matter of the right footwork to stay with it. Goes to the corner, leaves. So still in a dangerous position here for Baltimore. Would like a nice chance here. Momo. Back with DiMartino. Thorne. The only center back of the duo tandem of Dengler and Thorne playing tonight. Dengler has the night off. Leads the team in goals. Momo. DiMartino. Little too short. Macias was wide open. Edornige. A lot of these players, too, for Virginia Beach, quite different than the last time these two teams played. It's been less than a month, too. A lot of these players have just been cycled out. Good job by Akin Lesotho to try and win this back. Unfortunately, he only has 1 player with him, but earns a free kick. FC Baltimore should want to take this quickly, and you see that that's what Jaden Macias is thinking. Now, obviously, a big blow to FC Baltimore for Grant Robinson not being in there. Went down hurt against Charlottesville. Didn't see him at all against Virginia. Don't see him at all tonight. So this injury could be relatively serious. Kind of the leader, the captain quality that Coach Carranza said when the season began that Grant Robinson has. Now, he was on a George Mason side that was not good, didn't pick up a win in conference play. But he had a few goals. He's kind of the spiritual leader. He worked hard. Now, we certainly saw it in our first few matches this season. Now, hopefully that's a player that this side can get back. Obviously have had to bring in Perez Bahar too, which he's looked pretty decent at least tonight. Here's a chance, Quantrell Jones. Another bat away. So another corner. Denise Rule was the one who took that chance. Like, it comes from nowhere, and they're not afraid to fire it either. And that's what FC Baltimore's trouble was against Northern Virginia. They were just kind of afraid to shoot it. Tried to do too much. It's maybe why Virginia Beach has been so successful recently. Sebastian Reffi will take it. Few players in the box. Here it comes. It's popped up. Reffi has a chance to try another cross. It's low. Oh, good job. It might have been Bahar. It's still loose offsides, though. The opposite side flag went up. 25th minute, scoreless. It's our PA man, Kyle Andrews, this evening. Working with Fox Sports 1340. And with the Baltimore Orioles. Goes immediately out of play. So I think the main support group here for FC Baltimore, we'll get to this shortly, they have to deal with the pressure and a push from Shiata. The 7th State supporters. The first match they had quite a few people with them, and they still were able to bring a few this evening. They're kind of the drum and vocal aspect of this crowd. So trying to motivate this FC Baltimore side. Very vocal supporters too, even on the road. You know, the group is there, they're watching matches, so that's what you like to see on this growing club. In the middle, that's Jordy Davis. Reffi, guarded by Hall. There's Jordy Davis trying to be sly guy with the back heel. Forward again, he should be offsides, he is. Dennis Rule. FC Baltimore hit the post and haven't had anything since. Brought it into the final third maybe a couple times since, but not getting a shot off. Almost reminiscent of last night against Northern Virginia. Except the fact was the first 5 minutes were good, and then it was nothing the rest of the way. This time, first 5 minutes, it was a little bit back and forth, and it was about the 10th minute or so that Akin Lesotho hit the post, and it's been nothing since that. DiMartino, Akin Lesotho loses it. Out of play, throw. In the middle to Mendez. Finds a way to keep it. Well, at least did for a moment. That turf causes the ball to skid a little bit. How about Colin Wyatt there? Showing the effort with the slide tackle. Gamara. Tina. Reffi. Goes to ground, and the foul on Nate Hall. Still not much action, though. This very sticky evening. Boy, about 5 p.m. after the rain, it got pretty hot and humid. Stallings there on the opposite side. He goes down but gets right back up. Oh, a low cross. Somehow found its way to Kamara. Donajay trying. Thought he had a teammate behind him, and now Lucas Mendez can grab it. Tries to stay with it. Nate Hall, handball. So I guess the hand in the awkward position. Enough for the official to call it. Macias allows him to go right past him. Back with Stallings. Stallings will try a low cross. Official calls it out of play. Another goal kick for Baltimore. Cale Thorne. Coach Caranta spoke with Cale Thorne, or at least spoke about Cale Thorne before the season began. He's more of the defensive leader on this team. He identified him immediately. Who are some of the big players to look out for? Will Grant Robinson, he's your vocal leader. He is your overall leader there in the middle. But then pointed out Cale Thorne, how important he was on the defensive end. Of course, Jake Dengler came in to have that important center back duo. But Cale Thorne was one of the first players that Coach Caranta had mentioned, of course, playing with Baltimore Celtic, winning the national championship with them. As the same can be said for quite a few players on this FC Baltimore side. 2014 All-State, 2015 All-State, All-MIAA, All-Metro. Dangerous free kick now. Jones, oh my word, it's a goal! "1-0 in favor of Virginia Beach. Sebastian Reffi scoring a goal from distance. 1-0. Well, we spoke about the importance of him and how he has scored this year. Started more of the forward position, then dropped back to defense. Might be scoring better from the defensive end than the offensive end. There he is scoring on a free kick. That's his third of the year. Just like that, 1-0. You just set up a dangerous free kick like that, and that's all you can really say about it. 31st minute goal. Going the way of Virginia Beach. It's another one that kind of catches you off sides, or off guard rather. Virginia Beach just, they'll put up a few attacks. They can't connect on it, and all of a sudden they do out of the blue. And I don't know what it is with FC Baltimore either, with allowing these long goals go past them. They've been wonder goals. Really, the last 4 seen. The 3 against Northern Virginia, 2 of them were screamers from beyond the 18. The third was from Jake Campbell, a defender who pushed his way forward. Oh, great play. And now that, from just outside the 18, able to hook it in. Sebastian Reffi, his third of the year. Jordy Davis keeps it in play. Virginia Beach look like they have the upper hand. Free kick for FC Baltimore. Well, one of the few good things that's happened to them tonight. So the official will talk with Prince Adorniger. And you have to imagine, too, the FC Baltimore side, from the fan standpoint, just frustrating to watch. A team that had trouble not scoring, now have a trouble of even generating a shot. Bahar, Nate Hall, Jaden Macias. He'll go for goal, way too high. There was a chance. It's kind of like baseball. When you're watching baseball, when you're live in the stadium, you see a fly ball hit to the outfield. You watch the outfielder, not the ball, because the ball can be very deceiving on where that's going. Same here with soccer too. You see a ball be hit from outside the 18. You watch the keeper. And now here's Lucas Mendez with a chance to try and equalize. He'll go for goal. Hits off a defender, stays in. So unfortunately for FC Baltimore, stays in instead of earning a corner. The official sees a player down at midfield. I think that might be a Prince Adorniger. But the official was just waiting for Virginia Beach to get the possession back for him to blow his whistle. And this will allow time to tick away and allow the players to get a little bit of a rest. So 35th minute, 1-0 in favor of Virginia Beach. Looks like Colin Wyant will make his way off. And Ben Dow comes in. So wow, just like that, in the 35th minute, the night is done for Colin Wyant. So had a rough match against Charlottesville and wasn't the kind of match that he wanted this evening. Certainly from a Coach Carranza standpoint, he's just looking for answers right now. Here's a goal scorer, Refi. Good job by Aramuse Momo. Now Momo will push forward. Nice slide tackle by Shiata. 36th minutes. Still 1-0 Virginia Beach. FC Baltimore is having difficulties right now. Kel Thorne will get this to the opposite side to Chris DiMartino. Keeps it alive. Akin Lesotho was facing the wrong way, so couldn't turn with it like he wanted. Tyler Gabara gets past Prince Adornige, who looked like he was hurt, but he seems like he's at least somewhat fine right now. Throw in for Virginia Beach. Remember though, Virginia Beach scored early against FC Baltimore, and they scored in the 41st minute. Whistle from the official. To be careful there. Looked like the boot was a little too high there for Bahar. So why not have Sebastian Refi make his way back in and try and take this free kick. Jade Macias will have a conversation with the center official. Jordy Davis standing over it as well. Look, if you're Coach Hinkie, you'd probably want Refi to take this again, huh? Way too deep to try and score from, but can certainly put a dangerous ball in. Jordy Davis will do it. A little too deep for anybody besides the back line for FC Baltimore. And now it's a matter of counter. Leaves play. Ben Dow tried. And he looks like he's playing more of a left back. He can play all over. He can play forward. He can play mid. He can play D. Wouldn't surprise me if he can goalkeep as well. But that's where Ben Dow has at least been put for the moment, is at the left back. Goal kick. Ben Dow did not make the trip last night to Leesburg. He's battling some sort of an illness. So perhaps not on his best game tonight, but you know, he's only been in for a few minutes, so we'll see what he can do tonight. Who knows, maybe scores the game winner for FC Baltimore this evening. Still a long ways to go in this one, 38th minutes, but looking to be very much of the same stuff that we've seen in the last few games from FC Baltimore. Just very lackluster, haven't been able to get the right build-up play. Chris DiMartino, crowd trying to help on the squad. Ben Dow, Jade Macias. Appeals for offsides, but official didn't throw up his flag and nobody else was in there just to at least help out Macias. Because of that, Virginia Beach, they can try a counter. Denise Rule. When he got past Momo, able to shoulder him off the ball again. Refi. And offsides after that touch by Shiata, so he probably figured, and all he did was just try to head it. And it seems, too, that FC Baltimore, they just having an easy time getting off the ball. Refi, easy time getting past DiMartino, too. It's over. That was a good look, too. Just seem uninspired at the moment. Going through the motions. Still some of these players probably exhausted from last night. Chris DiMartino played nearly the full 90 last night, and he looked tired, especially with that encounter with Sebastian Refi. It's been 6 days since Virginia Beach last played. You can see the frustration from Coach Caranta on the touchline too. Just wondering what to do. Bahar. Mendez loses it. Macias wins it back, 41st minute, 1-0. Virginia Beach ahead of FC Baltimore off of a free kick, Sebastian Refi. And the squad struggling again, needing some halftime inspiration. Looks ahead for Ben Dow. Dow from James Madison. Scored a goal against DC United at RFK. Thorne. Waiting for somebody to make a run for him. Tries Mendez. Refi able to deal with the threats. Quick throw for DiMartino. Back with Mendez. See what he can do here. To the middle. Akinla Soto. He needs to go for goal. And took a deflection out for a corner. First corner kick for FC Baltimore this evening. Comes in the 42nd minute. A threat needs to come from here, but what Akinla Soto did there is what they should be doing. Just fire shots at net. Make the keeper make a save. It's low. He makes a save there. Punches it out. Mendez back with it. Back with Ben Dow. He's offsides. Just lingered a little too long behind the last defender. Fans here just eagerly awaiting something to happen. It hasn't come yet. Just the one shot off the post. Mendez. Ben Dow's making a run. Dishes it to him. Given away. And now here come Virginia Beach. Shiata looks to Stallings. Stallings, he has some speed. Let's see what he does here. Looks across. Well defended. Eramuse Momo was able to block off that low cross. Now let's see what Baltimore can do. Good job by Mendez getting past the defender. He goes down and earns a free kick. Virginia Beach didn't agree with that. A yellow card. Looks like that's awarded to Prince de Dorniger. So Lucas Mendez earning the free kick. Unfortunately for FC Baltimore, it allows Virginia Beach to set back up again. And just like that, it's given away, so free kick didn't really mean anything there. Little too far ahead. Look like for Elton Skinner. Elton, a very recognizable first name. You think of quite a few people. Well, there's really only one person, I would say, that comes to mind when you hear the word Elton. But for people here in the United States, former NBA player Elton Brand. But of course, the other one I was mentioning was Elton John, Sir Elton John. Big supporter of Watford FC overseas in England. He's going on his final tour now, just going all over the world. The legendary artist has almost called it quits. He finished playing in Vegas just very recently. 20 seconds until the 45th minute is reached, and don't know how many added minutes will be added from the official. Little too far ahead of Jordy Davis. Leaves play for a throw. Oh, we'll just see if Baltimore have any ambition here. Doesn't look like it. Macias is walking. Nice build up to Macias. Akin Soto, he's offsides. Well, finally, it was a good look, but Akin Soto, he slowed down anyways. He knew that he was offsides, and Macias got it a little too late. 1-0, Virginia Beach leading FC Baltimore. Another frustrating night. Lack of chances. But a wonder goal from Virginia Beach. Free kick, Sebastian Reffi. Macias wanted to try Akin Soto again. He won't give up that easily. And the official, looks like he only added 1 minute, sees it reach 46, blows the halftime whistle. So very reminiscent of the last few matches that FC Baltimore have had. Still look very slow and uninspired at the moment, trailing 1-0 here at halftime. Second half due up. big adjustments need to be made here in the second half. A half that saw FC Baltimore go down 1-0. Fantastic free kick goal from Sebastian Reffi. That's been the difference maker. The only really clear-cut chance that FC Baltimore have had this evening was one that hit off the post from Tunde Akinlasotu around the 10th minute or so. And it just hasn't looked good for FC Baltimore. They just look gassed. Playing 2 games in a span of 24 hours, that just does not do well for the body. Especially some of these players who, you know, maybe running all 90. Cale Thorne played all 90 last night. Aramuse Momo played quite a bit. Tyler Gabara played quite a bit. So some of these players just not where they want to be, at least. Coach Caranta really spoke with them a long time there at halftime. What he expects of these players this evening. Didn't see it in the first 45. Things will have to change here in the second 45. Now this team will not have to play for another 6 days. Next home game is home against FC Frederick on Friday. Fellow Maryland side. Everybody else in this conference are in Virginia. So I guess the in-state derby, one could say. Not an expansion club, though, like Northern Virginia and Charlottesville were. But either way, still more important matches coming up. Here's Nate Hall. He's offsides. So even when they find at least a little bit of space, it's always in an offside position. And here's a look at the standings. First place is Virginia Beach. They have 7 points, but as things currently stand, they have 10 points, plus 3 goal differential. Northern Virginia, they're in second with 6 points, plus 4 goal differential. Those 3 goals against FC Baltimore really helps that. Looks good for them going forward. Third place FC Frederick, 4 points, plus 6 goal differential. FC Baltimore now in the negative goal differential in 4th place, so if the season were to end now, they would not be qualified for playoffs. 3 points. Charlottesville in 5th with 3 points as well, but have a worse goal differential than FC Baltimore, so they sit -2 away from them, and Legacy 76 a -8 goal differential, but they do have 3 points. Lineup looks the same as well. No switches, well, besides Ben Dow, who came in towards the end of the first half. Playing more of the left back. Came in for Colin Wyatt. Just a few more subs still waiting to come in. You have to imagine Coach Caranta brings them in. Doesn't want some of these players playing all 90. Just too easy right now for Virginia Beach to get through. Idonije. Job by Aramuse Momo. Back with Macias. Out of play. Whenever they try to push it forward, too, there's always somebody there to deflect it out of play. 50th minute, 1-0. Coming from an offside position. Hands on hips, hands on knees. A lot of players walking. Here's Lucas Mendez. He can create a chance here. Well, again, the attention was there, but a good deflection by the defenseman. And it looks like that's the only offense that FC Baltimore are trying to put forward right now. Get it to Mendez, and he'll try to get it for Tunde Akinlasotu. Here's Ben Dow. Really one of the only couple of players who playing tonight who didn't last night. but he loses the ball. Ty Stallings to the middle for Chiata. Now Adornige to the left side. Refi, high cross, and Quantrell Jones watches it over. Well, man of the match, Sebastian Refi, hands down. Has gotten into the attack on numerous occasions, including the goal. Really catching everybody by surprise. Other than that, the defending has still been pretty good for FC Baltimore. It's just the midfield and forwards where look a little too tired. Refi again, deflected by Macias. Try to win it back. That was Bahar who got it to DiMartino, and Refi able to take it right back. Fighting hard with Chris DiMartino, gets past him. Here's a good chance again into the middle. No, kicked away. Gabara now. Again, more miscommunication. Give it away too easily. Finally kicked away. 52nd minute. I'm Christian Taylor. FC Baltimore 1729.com. Oh, that's a dangerous throw in now, and heads over again. So the matches for FC Baltimore this year: didn't score 1, scored 5, scored 8, scored 3, scored 0, and currently scored 0. They have gone in spurts. And even that first match where they didn't score, they were getting opportunities. And they outplayed DC United U23. A few hundred here tonight in the stands. Still not awful. Here's Gabara to Mendez. Could this be a chance? Opposite side to Nate Hall. He should just go for goal here. Let's see what he does. Nice move to the left side. He'll try a low cross. Kicked away. Corner kick. Well, a little bit of promise there. Nate Hall was streaking wide open down the left side, so that's what helped create some of that. Ben Dow gets it in. He'll cross. Thorne, nope. First touch by the defenseman. Jade Macias now. He'll go for goal. Oh, just a little bit past the goal face. It's been their best chance in nearly 40 minutes. I think that's Cale Thorne on the ground right now. He gets helped up, so he'll trot back to his position. Maybe felt like he got hit in the face on that corner that he missed. Well, the defender had gotten up above him for it, but 55th minute, scoreline is the same, 1-0. Coach Brian Hinkey for Virginia Beach saying that's one thing about his team that has gotten better is the defense. Really, that game against FC Baltimore at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex, there's Quantrell Jones. The game against FC Baltimore was just very uncharacteristic of how they usually play. Saw 5 go past them. Just didn't know how to play FC Baltimore. They were catching some people by surprise. A lot of energy on that side. A lot of chances were taken. Now he feels like the defense has tightened up. Appeals for handball from Bahar. Elton Skinner looks through, and Momo helps guide it out. Amir Shiata, he had it, but well, just couldn't quite handle it the way he wanted to. Bahar to Gabara. Dow. DiMartino. Macias. DiMartino goes down. Don't see the official reaching into his pocket. So even though going to ground, it does earn you free kicks. It does allow the defense to set up, and it makes it that much harder to try and break it down. When the defense is in its shape, it's the most difficult position for you. Whereas trying to respond on a counter. One 0. Virginia Beach City FC, leading FC Baltimore 17-29. 57th minute. Akin Lesotho loses it, and so does the rest of the team. Refi, Shiata. Offsides is Dennis Raoul. The official didn't throw up his flag because Raoul just stayed. Knew he was way offside, so didn't want to make an attempt at it. Here's DiMartino, who was pushed up a little bit. He'll try pushing up a little more. Back with Mendez. Given away again easily. Mendez went to ground. Bahar, a bad slide tackle. Refi, well, he has a chance to go for a second. Just goes across again. Actually, that looked like that was perhaps Denise Rule who made the attempt. Wearing the number 7 that Trevor Knight would usually wear. Thorne. Bahar. Dow. Back with Akin Lesotho. He can go from here. Oh, just a little far. Well, they have the right idea. They're shooting. Shots from distance are better than no shots at all. So, maybe something that Coach Caranta has perhaps said to his side. Take a few more chances. Well, looks like some subs coming in. One of the players coming in is Kareem Garby for Virginia Beach. Here's Tyler Gabara back with Macias. Macias tries a move to get around Refi. Can't quite do it. Now he's trying to win it back. Well, decent attempt by Gabara. Just had a little too much power on it. Well, Gabara's doing what he can there at the midfield. Well, advantage FC Baltimore here. Mendez trying too much, loses it, has to fight back and get it again, and the defense has now pushed a little further up. Cale Thorne tries to Akin Lesotho. There's a good chance now. Akin Lesotho looks for Hall. Hall has a chance. He's got it! 1-1. Oh, that is so important if you're FC Baltimore. Nate Hall scoring his second on the year. That's a big one. Tying it up at 1. The build-up play was able to work. It took a deflection, but they were able to score. 1-1, and now this puts a different twist on the game. Because if it were to end like this now, a point now goes in favor of FC Baltimore, and Virginia Beach isn't able to separate themselves from the rest of the pack. Nate Hall from Clemson. Shortest man on the pitch. Played with Baltimore Celtic. Helped them to regionals. Attended United States Men's National Camp in Carson, California in 2013. 3-time All-Metro team. Led the MIAA conference with 29 goals. And helped win the Disney International Cup against the U19 Panama team. Won it with the ASA Blackhawks. And you see from the effort that he puts in that he's a good runner. And he participated in track and field in high school with St. Paul's. And he has tied up the match tonight at 1 apiece. So it ends for FC Baltimore, a 230-plus minute scoring drought. Probably more at a 245-minute scoring drought. It's an important goal. And now Nate Hall looking to get things started again. Good job by Mendez getting to him. Now they have a little more pep in their step. Well, this is till it's taken away, but there's a corner. Well earned. Nate Hall didn't play all 90 minutes last night. He played a little bit, 15, 20 minutes or so. So he still has that energy tonight. See what comes from this corner. The keeper, Colson, has to punch it away. Here's Macias, a little too high. The right idea. Just about earning those attempts, getting those shots on goal. Quantrell Jones thought about going out for it. And just like that, a corner is won for Virginia Beach. There's a corner on the opposite end, and nearly 10 seconds later, winning one back. So just when Baltimore were applying the pressure, Virginia Beach applies it right back. So if you're going at a live table, FC Baltimore are still in 4th place, but they have 4 points. Still at -1 goal differential. Corner 2 up here. It's their 4th. First touch by Bahar. Akin Lesotho tries to turn, leaves play. Another throw-in for Virginia Beach. Much needed goal. The team just needed something to try and lift their spirits. Just were not looking very dangerous. Able to capitalize there. And now that goalkeeper for Virginia Beach, Christian Colson, has seen 6 go past him off the feet of FC Baltimore players. And now they have a chance to add on. And listen, till that tackle was made. Still trying to win it around in the middle of the park. Winning it back is Kareem Garby, and Quantrell Jones brings it down. Oh, look at this, tries throwing it away. We noticed against DC United, the U23 squad, he was practicing a little bit at halftime, throwing the ball. He could throw it beyond midfield, folks. Oh, it hit a couple of hands there from both sides, really. The official says it hit Mendez's hand first. '67th minute, 1-1 is the score. Virginia Beach scoring early. Free kick goal, Sebastian Reffi. And just a few minutes ago, Nate Hall tying things up. Akin Lesotho. Tyler Gabara. Elton Skinner. Tripped up but kept going. Taken away from Ben Dow. He's done a decent job there at that left back. Maybe Coach Caranta thinks about putting him there in future games. So here's another chance. Oh, Quantrell Jones with a slide. He's now out of his goal. Chance. Oh, important tackle made by Cale Thorne. And now FC Baltimore can go the opposite way. Tunde Akin Lesotho. He keeps it in play and kicked out now by Alvaro Tita. That was important. Dennis Rule had a wide open net. Quantrell Jones had made a bold move to try and take it away. Lost his footing. Cale Thorne made an important interception. And now here's Nate Hall. Nate Hall to his right. Bahar Gabara scored against Virginia Beach. The only player in this lineup who scored against Virginia Beach. And the 5-2 win. Oh, they're calling that a foul on Nate Hall there on the opposite side. And the official will have a conversation with him because Hall doesn't agree with it. He felt that he was the one who was fouled. Nearly 20 minutes remaining. Shove from behind from Sebastian Reffi. Baltimore looking to go quick. Cale Thorne. Now they're working it through Nate Hall now. Macias. Bahar. DiMartino. He saw it was touched off of Virginia Beach, and the official saw something else. Virginia Beach have it in the middle of the park. Very dangerous here. Quantrell Jones will have to do something with it. He had already gone to it, and he dealt with it well. Oh, nice move by Ben Dow. And nobody to help him out. So the goal igniting a little bit of life into this crowd. But one thing is for sure, FC Baltimore, they seem a little bit better on the front foot. And here's another chance for Virginia Beach. Oh, it's across the middle, and he, oh my word. Oh my word. Wide open net. And he whiffed on it. Ty Stallings. He scored against FC Baltimore at home. He brought it to, I believe, a 4-2 game and had a chance to put Virginia Beach up. Quantrell Jones was, again, a little too aggressive on it. That was a great pass, too, from the right-hand side. And that was Prince Adornige who helped start it wide open, and the ball just went right under him, hit it with his heel. Ty Stallings. So he'll be thinking about that one for a while. And FC Baltimore, hey, you gotta capitalize off of this. Forward again in Quantrell Jones. 72nd minute, picks it up. Been very involved here. Now the question will be, when will Coach Caranta bring in a few more subs? Throwing for Baltimore. As left and right backs like to do, they're taking the throw. That's what Ben Dow has been doing at that position. Akin Lesotho. To the middle for Jordy Davis. Refi. Forward again. Aramuse Momo has to stay on it, offsides. And still a weak attempt there at goal, but Quantrell Jones gives himself a little more confidence, I guess. Allows the ball to stay in front of him. Doesn't see it go past him. Cale Thorne to Gabara. 1-1, 73rd minute. FC Baltimore now still have a chance to pick up the 3 points. Found a way to tie it. And now they just look a little bit better. Gabara to Akin Lesotho. He has an opportunity here. It's the side of the net, but it was first saved by the keeper, Colson, so corner kick due. Perez Bahar will step off. And entering for FC Baltimore, Brady O'Connor. Injury sidelined him for his final 5 games at George Washington. Had 4 goals and 3 game winners. By the way, converted 3 penalty kicks. So a guy we haven't seen this year. Got to see him for the final 15 minutes or so. Here comes a corner. 2 people were standing over it. Ooh, Brady O'Connor, he was close to the action. I believe last touch by Virginia Beach. They save it. Aramuse Momo tries bringing it forward again. Had a little too heavy of a touch. Look at Akin Lesotho staying back here. He tried to win it back, by the way. Ben Dow works hard and allows Akin Lesotho to have this. Important tackle made. And hang on a second, there's some extracurricular activity with Ben Dow. And what looks like Fernando Lisboa. And Ben Dow receives a yellow card. Cale Thorne has to be careful there because he shoved the official there. Yellow being shown, so I wonder if Ben Dow was wanting a penalty in the box there. That tackle against Akin Lesotho. One thing is for sure, though, even though the goals haven't come much, the yellow cards have increased as the season has progressed. Just shows a little bit more frustration from this FC Baltimore side. 76th minute, 1-1. As it stands, both teams pick up a point. Little shove by Thorne, it was enough for the official to see it. Now a chance for Virginia Beach. A set piece now. Lucas Mendez yet again being involved. Refi, though, can really put this in a dangerous position. Oh, he's going for goal, Quantrell Jones. Oh my goodness. He found a way to keep it out. His momentum brought him into the back of the net, but the ball stayed out in front of him. He realized at the last second what Sebastian Refi was trying to do. That was smart, because he was kept off guard. But Quantrell Jones doing what he can to keep this game tied. And the side official, too, was right on it, so he saw the ball stay out. '77th minute, still 1-1. Cale Thorne. Well, at least did enough to prevent Virginia Beach from really countering successfully. And if you mishandle it, that does it as well. Just intriguing to see what FC Baltimore can try and build up. It's a different scenario when it's tied 1-1 and when it's tied 0-0, or if you're down 1-0. Even though the chances, you know, they still haven't been too abundant, you still feel a little better because you know just one good chance puts you ahead. Boy, that'd be a big confidence booster for FC Baltimore, too, if they could find a way. Coach Caranta talked to his team quite a bit at halftime. Needed them to respond. They did so with a goal. Goal from Nate Hall in the 62nd minute. Next game for FC Baltimore coming up next Friday. Home against FC Frederick. Live stream of that one as well. I'll be on it. I'm Christian Taylor. Here's Tyler Guevara to Brady O'Connor. It's nice to mention his name too. Look at the effort by Tyler Guevara to try and win it back. It's in the middle of the area here. Cale Thorne, important stop there. And now FC Baltimore, they did have numbers. Ben Dowd tried to be a little too tricky with it, but he's working hard to win it back. Virginia Beach, obviously not the easiest of teams either. Oh boy, a player is down and he looks seriously hurt. There's a whistle. And I believe that was Kareem Garby, just recently came on. And here's the thing about this injury too. It happened away from the action, and that's how you know it's serious. Or should be serious. He's really having trouble applying pressure on his leg there. It's the stuff when no one's around, the serious stuff. You see it in the pros too. It's the collisions that the players get up from, but it's the plays maybe after the fact or away from the action, the ones that are really detrimental. '81st minute now. Goal, well, really puts you in a good position. And the goals have been relatively hard to come by. Virginia Beach only scoring 1 against DC United. Allowed a late equalizer. A game that Virginia Beach outplayed DC United as well. Of course, have that affiliation with them. Something that they're very proud of too. When we made our way down there, a couple of the workers for Virginia Beach said that, hey, you know, we are affiliated with DC United, so helps us out a little bit. Could explain some of the recent success as well for Virginia Beach. Winning the regular season last year, but just falling short in the playoffs, losing to Legacy, who ended up winning the Mid-Atlantic Conference. Ooh, good build-up play. Good response here from Virginia Beach. That's Stallings, who missed the wide-open net. One cannot forget that. Looks forward again. Quantrell Jones decides to stay in his box. Denis Raoul not waved off sides, even though FC Baltimore is saying that he is. Back heel from Mendez. Odd man rush here, an important tackle made by the defense. They try to win it back here. Chris DiMartino was in a good position. He goes down. I think in frustration, Chris DiMartino, he slammed his head on the ground. It's a yellow card. Sebastian Reffi, it looks like. The goal scorer. 83rd minute, tied at 1. Better second half from FC Baltimore. Still not perhaps what you'd imagine Coach Caranta envisioned, but he just needed something from his side, and they've finally at least been able to give him something. It's a tired team. So really, they could have still done some of the same in this half, but not the case. Oh, nice move. Here's another shot. Quantrell Jones in front of it. A little bit more space than he wanted. He was on top of it, though. Went right at him. Jordy Davis. Good work by William Cook to keep things alive for Virginia Beach. Here they are again. Reffi winning it back to the middle. And loops it around. '85th minute now. Shots on goal now, 4 for Baltimore, 8 for Virginia Beach. Both teams with 4 corner kicks. Significantly better second half for the home team. The new guy in, and he was involved a lot. Roger Rojas Goodbold for Virginia Beach in that last match. Didn't start this evening. Coach Hinkie says, hey, it's your time to go in and try and create something. Throw in for the visitors. And a substitution. Lucas Mendez will trot off. A decent performance by him this evening. Helped Well, kind of generate a couple of chances. Help start some stuff, especially that goal for Nate Hall. And it's Joel Teston. Not out of danger yet. Big deflection. Looks like off the head of Cale Thorne, and he's down on the ground the second time today. Well, he's been hit in the face. He was hit in the face on their own corner. But he was there, and, well, maybe that saved a goal. Oh, Cale Thorne gets a round of applause as he trots off. So FC Baltimore are down to 10 men at the moment. This could be the chance for Virginia Beach to go ahead in the 88th minute. So a corner that needs to be defended well, and your captain of the defense is not in there. It's headed, ooh, just a little bit past the goal. That looked dangerous from this area, at least here in the press box. Again, you have to watch the keeper, how he responds. And Quantrell Jones didn't move much. But it was a good chance, though, for Virginia Beach. And FC Baltimore gonna have to maneuver something in this final few minutes if they want to pick up 3 points. Now they're picking up 1 point at least. That's if they don't allow something from Virginia Beach here in this final few minutes, which is significant, especially the fact that the way the team has been playing as of recent, how tired they looked especially. That's been the biggest factor, is the stamina that this team has had. So it would be an important point, and it keeps teams at least in the conversation. It doesn't allow Virginia Beach to get too far ahead. Here's Joel Teston, by the way. Touched it out. Throw in for Virginia Beach. Hasn't had much time this year, Joel Teston. Hasn't really made trips. He was on the roster against Virginia Beach when they went down there. Bendow to Teston. Can't quite keep it in. Now reaching the 90th minute. Well, it's about 50 seconds until it's the full 90. And we'll see how much is added on. What it would have to anticipate, perhaps 3 minutes. Not too many stoppages besides the goal from Nate Hall. There's Macias. Had a slightly better game tonight. Hasn't seen a yellow card shown to him as he has in the last 2 matches. Nate Hall, look at this. It's in the 90th minute. He's still working hard. Works harder than nearly anybody out on the pitch. Has a quick throw. Here's Gabara. Looks like he loses perhaps a shin guard. Gabara looks for Hall. Hall, he's on sides. He'll try a cross inside, and the keeper is there. Good job by Colson, who really hasn't been said a lot. It was a dangerous ball, and he had it tracked. And now it's Virginia Beach's turn. Quantrell Jones has to backpedal. A little too nerve-wracking there than perhaps their liking. Well, Quantrell Jones picked it up at the end of the day. That's what's important. Momo to Dow. Dow looks forward. That looks a little too heavy. Colson will take it easy. Now he slips as he kicks it. See what Baltimore can muster here. If there is one more chance. Gabarra loses another shin guard. I think he's tried to put that in a few times. That's like the third time he's lost it. Handball there. Wasn't able to control it that well. And there's Cale Thorne, who has re-entered, so that's good to see. Jake Dingler isn't in the lineup tonight, but Cale Thorne has been, and he's played an important role. Intended for Teston, still popped in the air. Now Colson has it. By the way, we're rolling up towards the second minute. 40 seconds from reaching 92. On to play again. Virginia Beach trying to have a final say. Their lone goal off of a free kick. The defense has looked good today for Baltimore. Can they have one more chance here? By the way, they did miss an open netter. Back into the middle, and it just a little bit wide. Oh, you see the frustration too by Rojas Goodbold. Saw something else from his angle. You have to feel too that Virginia Beach has maybe let 3 points slip through their fingers this evening. They've had a couple of chances to put it away, and they couldn't. Couple open nets. Quantrell Jones has to come onto it. Cale Thorne lost his footing. Headed right at Brady O'Connor. 40 seconds from reaching 93 minutes. Gabarra goes down. Finds a way to stay with it. O'Connor, good move. DiMartino to Thorne, has to hurry. Ben Dow has a little bit of space. Akin Lesotho stepped over it. Macias tries to win it back. Oh, and he's hurt. And Rojas, good pull. That's a red! A sending off. The official said he came in a little too late. Boot a little too high. Boy, that's the first red card we've seen this year. Roger Rojas Goodbold. Well, I don't know how much time is remaining. Obviously, right now, the concern is with Jade Macias right now. That looked wicked. He went down. Macias went to try and take it away, and Goodbold came in with that boot a little too high. Immediate sending off from the official. He was right over it. Now, unfortunately, we don't have instant replay. Just to see the absolute slow motion on that. It's good to see Macias up, though. Well, sending off. Roger Rojas Goodbold playing at Old Dominion. 94th minute, we're creeping up on it. See how much time the official gives. Can FC Baltimore muster up something else? Oh, it's a little too far. Wow, look at that leg from Gabarra, too. Colson will try and move things quickly. He still feels like his side can pick up the 3 points, and why not? Urging his team forward. An exciting end of the game, though. The important thing is, or at least glad to see, that Jade Macias is all right. He's walking, and he's playing right now. And he's getting involved in that play. And there's the final whistle. Well, you know, FC Baltimore would have wanted the 3 points, but they were able to tie it up in the 67nd minute thanks to Nate Hall, and they're able to get 1 point out of it, and they're able to keep Virginia Beach City still within reach. And now FC Baltimore, they still sit in 4th place with 4 points, but they play FC Frederick next Friday here at BC Essex. That's going to be an important one too. let me tell you. So, an important point for a very tired FC Baltimore squad playing back-to-back games. We'll see what they do next week, and we'll see how the season progresses. Still a little bit of time to go. So for everybody on our crew here and Fox Sports 1340 and everybody with FC Baltimore 1729, I'm Christian Taylor saying so long. Our final score, FC Baltimore 1729 1, Virginia Beach City FC 1. We will see you next time. As always, cheers.